Eivor, I'm pleased you came. Welcome to my estate, old friend.
Thane Alfgar. It's an impressive amount of land you oversee.
Quite right. I often get lost swimming to my island in this flowing sea of wheat.
It's more a lake of wheat, I think.
I beg your pardon?
If we are to be friendly, Alfgar, you should laugh at my jokes.
Yes, you Danes and your sense of the absurd. It's marvelous, quite marvelous.
You said you had something to show me when we last spoke. What did you mean?
Yes, I did. Observe. This fine specimen belonged to our beloved elderman, Hunbeort, before his untimely passing. He left it here when we last hunted together. I now wish you to have it.
If this belonged to the Elderman, shouldn't it go to Hunwald next?
I suppose so. But I thought you a more fitting recipient. You'd know how to use it. Now, take it and come hither. I have a rousing hunt planned for the two of us. Leave aside talk of politics and shire moats. Let us enjoy the fruits of my land together.
We're hunting or fruit picking?
Both, if you like. Whatever you fancy. I'm generous with the yields of my estate, as you will see. To be plain, Eivor, a great bear has been badgering my estate for weeks. I must do away with it, if only to prevent a future tragedy.
You brought me here to hunt a bear.
Yes, and I'm so pleased you agreed to come. I suspect you know better than most that I have what it takes to lead this shire. Though its line of kings is all but ended, the people of this land still teems with life, with promise. But today, the shire languishes. It needs the guidance of new blood.
Like me.
Sorry?
I'm the definition of new blood. It may be I should put my name in for Elderman.
There it is, that dark sense of humor. Blunt as a hammer, eh? Like the one carried by your, there it is, that dark sense of humor.
Are we hunting, Alfgar? Or is it your hope that I'll braid your hair?
Hunting, definitely. The bear's lair should be nearby. Ah, my old friend Grim. How wonderful to see you here. What a pleasant surprise.
What surprise? I came as you requested.
Yes, and how is Grimsby? How are all the other Danes?
I can't speak for all Danes, but I am well, and itching for a hunt as you made plain in your message this morning.
Yes, that's right, very good. Speaking of Danes, I'd like to introduce you to Eivor. Perhaps you know each other, as one Dane to another.
Don't be frightened, Grim, but I believe Alfgar has arranged for us to meet.
Oh, goodness, I've been discovered. But it's nothing untoward, I promise. I'm an honest man, and I believe that all people should live together in harmony. That's all.
Hey, Eivor, did he lure you here as well with the promise of a hunt?
Yes, hunting a bear. That's the point of all this. We're hunting, I promise.
There's a cave just up the hill there. Seems a likely place for a lair.
If the beast is as large as Alfgar claims, it'll take all three of us to bring it down.
I'm game. Let's get a new fur cloak, shall we? There's all manner of beasts in this forest. If we don't find the bear, we'll find something worth our supper.
I have a divine rule over the land on my estate. God shall provide. Have no worry.
This is the threshold of a beast's home. There's no doubting that. That's not a bear. Wolves.
Wolves everywhere. And not a bear in sight. Smoke! My God! My estate is burning like a twig!
Soon to be a sea of fire.
Eivor! You're skilled enough, and I can't tell you how to handle this, but please! By God, help me with this!
I'm in this fight with you. A clutch of puny Mercians don't frighten me.
My people are fleeing! They must get to safety!
Someone
This area
waited
is
until
off
you were
limits.
away to set your world aflame.
Where's Alfgar, bloody dead? There's no
The men who would see you burn are dead. Let's get these fires out.
Agreed. What a mess. A sea of ashes. I thank you, Eivor, for doing what you could.
You're a man of many riches, Alfgar. You can rebuild.
To be sure. But I do not look forward to the toil. Sweet Lord in heaven! The bear is returned!
The Shiremoot will start soon. I should return to Lincoln to see that it goes well. Archer, is everything ready?
The Shiremoot will soon begin. Will you join us, Eivor? We'd be comforted by your presence.
Yes, I'm curious to see this Shire mood for myself. I will follow. When will the vote begin, Abbess?
12 able lords of Lincolnshire have already cast their stones, but they have reached a tie. 4 votes for each man. It now falls to you to break this impasse.
Me? By whose order?
You have earned the trust of our 3 candidates, it seems. Even our bishop has found a certain fondness for your hardy spirit.
Alfgar and Hunwald were attacked recently, and your bishop remains fearful. It's clear someone wants this stopped.
They tried, yes, but they did not succeed. Praise be to God.
I kept them safe, not your god.
I pray that God guides your vote today, and not the devil, as I fear.
King Ceolwulf's attendant, aren't you?
Aye. The king sends his love and support. Whatever happens here today shall have his full blessing.
He's learning fast. Good man. How are you, Lord?
Have I heard aright? That you have come to break us from our deadlock?
I have, Lord. Have you any advice before I vote?
Lord Hundbeor was a bold and honest man, if somewhat reckless. I see the same qualities in his son. Therefore, Hunwald is my man.
Grim, good to see you again.
A hearty hello, Drenger. Seems Britain is getting quite used to the idea of Danes stalking her shores.
Where do you fall in this contest, Grim? Alfgar is a friend of yours, is he not?
He is, and a good man as well. But I cast my stone for the bishop.
The bishop? That's an odd strategy.
These Christians are easy to nudge about. So desperate they are to avoid a good fight, they'll agree to most anything a Dane says.
Good evening, Alfgar.
Eivor, I hope it's not untoward of me to solicit your support, but I do need it. The vote is closer than a cat's whisker.
It is a difficult choice, Alfgar. Know that I won't make it lightly.
Good, good. But let me say unreservedly that I am the man who will lead Lincolnshire into progress and victory.
I do not doubt your convictions, Lord.
A vote for Hunwald will return the House of the Ferocious Swan.
Bishop.
Eivor, I must thank you for your fearless participation in our moot.
I'm surprised to hear you vouched for me, Bishop.
I surprised myself, to be honest. But I felt it would be a good test of God's faith in my judgment. Under my guidance, this Shire is crawling back from a decade of lawlessness. God knows the love that lives in my heart for the people of Lincolnshire. I pray now that he guides your hand accordingly.
Quite a gambit, Bishop. Mad enough to work, it may be.
Well then, I thank you for what it's worth. God go with you.
A vote for Hunwald will return the House of the Ferocious Swan to its former glory.
How fare you, Lord?
My prayers are fervent and my will is strong, Eivor. If I am Elderman, I will bring joy to this Shire.
There is more to good leadership than merrymaking. You must be strong and stern and willing to take risks.
Of course, of course. Strength and wisdom and fortitude and all that. I shall rise above the peat moss of mediocrity. Have no fear.
That is good to hear. Free men, free possible futures.
Which of these sad puppets will dance best when you call upon them?
It is not for myself I must cast the stone, but for my clan. Who will serve us best in a time of true need?
You can never be certain where you stand in another's heart. Choose only for yourself.
All three have strengths and weaknesses. Though tinged with arrogance, Alfgar is competent and wealthy. He'd be a good alderman, but a faithful ally? I choose Alfgar. He's sturdy and competent, and his wealth will be a boon.
It is decided. By the grace of God, the new Alderman is Lord Alfgar of Lincoln.
God has spoken, and his voice is a clarion call. As your Ealdorman, I will work to better this shire, to foster peace between its people, and to serve our king. I bless you all.
Let us all raise our cups. A toast to our new Alderman. As all well know, this Shiremoot's decision is not final, but advisory. It now falls to our newly anointed King Ceolwulf to ratify our choice. To this end, we need not worry. Ceolwulf is a friend to Saxon and Dane alike, and he is sure to approve the results. Our good and noble friend, Arthelswith.
The septic rot has overtaken this shire. A sickness for which there is only one cure.
Your Grace! What is this?
Nobles of Lincolnshire, stand fast!
For the glory of the ancients, leave none alive!
Steel yourself, Hunwald.
Mother of God! Another battle!
Grab any arm you can!
Men of Lincolnshire, stand firm! Defend your Alderman! Kill these traitors! Give me hope!
Is this how their god welcomes a new alderman? Bastard bishop. What's his endgame? Your troubles begin early, Alfgar.
We'll find and kill that man.
To think such carnage could happen in Lincoln.
The grief tosser can't have gone far. Raise a field and march against what many is left.
Agreed. Hunwald, will you fight with me?
I will. For the sake of Lincolnshire, I bloody will.
I am at a loss for words. A trusted man of the cloth. I will pray for these martyrs, and tend to the remaining wounded, until the last man walks free.
Be well, Archer.
And you, Eivor. May God, or the gods, protect you.
carnage I've never seen. That twisted bishop must pay the devil his due.
What news?
We've learned that Herefrith occupies a fort at Anacastra, south of here. An eager fear awaits my voice to lead him into battle. Will you ride with us?
I've gone some days without a proper siege. Lead on.
To the camp then, and onward to Anacastra. Follow, if you will.
Herefrith was a friend of my father's and always so dear to me. I don't understand what possessed him.
He invoked the name of an ancient order before his men attacked. I know exactly what possessed him.
Do you?
It's not a story for now.
This will send waves of disgust through all the parishes of Mercia. Herefrith is a new and ugly stain on the bishopric.
Your Christ was an interesting man, if a little soft. But stranger still, I've met so few Christians like him.
Today has been a boon, Eivor. In spite of everything, I now know my father's spirit still burns within me. It's thanks to you I know this. When songs are sung of the day Lincolnshire was saved, your name will ripple through every stanza.
Don't be hasty, Hunwald. One verse of our song remains unsung. The din of battle beckons.
You pagans and your appetite for battle. I certainly don't share it. I worry what diabolical feast the bishop has in store.
Don't let that poxy bishop worry you. With Eivor beside us, he'll be victuals before long. How has Atcha taken all this? She and Herefrith were so close.
She must feel as though the devil himself attacked her monastery. The poor lady.
We spoke briefly. Her spirits were low, but her word carried on. I think she'll be fine.
Manipulated by a man who should be God's gladdener.
We are the men of Lincolnshire! Remember it! My ancestors fought with the old kings of Lindsey. It's for their memory we fight today.
Our warsmith has arrived. The Feards are ready to fight.
Chieftain Eivor, can we win this battle with the small number you see assembled here?
If they fight as strongly as they smell, we will claim victory.
Then we'll have no cause for worry. We should attack soon, before the bishop can muster more troops. What do you think, Eivor?
We attack now. Ready to fight.
Our first task will be to breach the outer wall. Then we deal with the troops inside.
The best way to breach is with a battering ram. I should help it along. challenge at last. Aelfred has gone mad! You, point me to the bishop. No one else need die today.
He's in the chapel there, hiding away. Scabrous coward.
Let no one leave that church without facing judgment.
Time to die! I'll keep the rat busy! No paradise where you're...
et ingens vestigia fecit de paradiso voluptate, ut stimulum calcitrare.
I died the day I hid behind these robes, this cross. To bring the light of my order to a wider view, I debased myself. Clawed my way to the top of this common religion, full of common men. I should have lived as the ancients did.
That's the folly of mankind, Aelfred. We wallow in our failures, like happy pigs in a sty of shit. You should have learned to enjoy it.
Eivor! You fought as one possessed by a demon today.
Aelfred may yet have allies in Mercia, members of his secret order, but the immediate danger is past.
You have my deepest thanks, Eivor. To you I owe all my future happiness and prosperity.
It is a shame Hunwald was not fit to don his father's boots. But he can bring joy to the people here. Treat him well.
Yes, about that. I believe he has a somewhat different idea of his future. You should talk to him.
About?
Until next we meet, Eivor. The strength of Lincolnshire is yours, should you need it.
We are bonded now. Your people and mine.
I have found better friends in Danes, to be honest. Swanborough is my love, and you are a better friend to me than any here. Would it be an imposition to ask... Well, could we live with your clan? Swanborough and I. It would mean so much to her. And to me.
Of course you may. We'll be happy to host you, ferocious swan, and your charming Dane. Come when it suits you.
Oh, yes! I'll pull my weight, I promise. And fight when needs be, and I won't drink more than I'm allotted.
You fight with us, Hunwald, and you can drink as much as you like.
Thank you, Eivor. This means... it means the world to me.
Now it seems the wind calls me back to Randvi. Best tell her the good news.
Summit.
You had discarded it!
It was not rubbish. I intended to use it.
Randvi, what is this?
Another dispute, I'm afraid, with Holger stirring the pot once again. Will you sit in judgment?
Judgments are the burden of a Jarl. This is Sigurd's duty now.
He refuses to leave his quarters. Right now, you are the only noble fit for this.
I don't know. It is not my place.
Please. Only until Sigurd recovers his strength.
All right. Once more. Gudrun, Holger, come forward. You'll state your cases and I'll hear you out and be as swift in my judgment as I am able. Gudrun, you may speak.
I have been robbed, Eivor. My property defaced. 3 days ago, I discovered some of my sailcloth missing. I scoured the settlement in search of it. Passing Holger's home, there I see it. Boldly displayed and worse, defaced, with scrolls and silly stories upon it.
Lies and slander!
Holger, quiet. You're well acquainted with the rules of this trial. Now, Gudrun, what did you do upon discovering your sailcloth?
I confronted him, demanding silver. For sil with Holger's inky scratching cannot be sold or bartered, can it? I ask only that I be paid for the property that was taken from me, yet he refuses.
So Holger took something that belonged to you and defaced it. Now you wish to be paid for the item. Do I understand?
That is right.
Holger, what say you in your defense?
Short days ago, I found a pile of mildew-stained detritus beneath the docks, and salvaged what I could. I wish to use it as a canvas, you see? As a conveyance for my latest works. The sailcloth was in such a state, and so obscured from view, I assumed it was refuse, abandoned goods.
I see.
My motives were honest, Eivor. Would a thief be so brazen as to display the fruits of his crime? Hardly. Yet here she claims I have robbed and defaced her property, when all I took was rubbish left by to rot.
Nonsense.
My only crime here is that I gave something ugly and decrepit a bold new life.
I see. So you feel Gudrun disposed of something, and now unreasonably seeks its return.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. I have heard enough.
I might have profited from that cloth. Holger has all but robbed me of a future boon.
It was garbage. Yet now it's a part of something greater. If anything, I have increased its value. You ought to thank me.
Oh, I will thank you with the back of my...
Quiet. Let me speak. After careful thought, it is clear that...
What is this? What are you doing?
Holger and Gudrun are at odds. I hope to find a resolution.
That duty is mine alone, Eivor. You know this. Stand aside.
You were not here, brother. Nor did I wish to bother you.
A sallow excuse for such a bold defiance. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you finished singing, my dear Skald?
My Jarl, as I was saying,
Stop! Enough! I have heard more than enough to render my judgment. For as long as I've known you, Holger, you have spun words into lies. You weaken the minds of children, and delude the minds of men. I've shown you too many years of tolerance. And rather than exist in grateful meekness as Holger the liar, you sink lower. You become Holger the thief, robbing a woman of her livelihood, all in the name of your stupid stories.
Sigurd, Jarl, no, that is not the...
This is the consequence of your actions. You will pay Gudrun the value of 30 sailcloths.
30 times? Surely you jest. That would ruin me, Sigurd.
Do I look like one to play pranks, Holger? Pay the fee, or be exiled.
Great, Jarl. If I may, I seek only compensation for a single sailcloth. The rest is...
30 times! In silver! That is my judgment.
Eivor, please. Does this not seem unfair?
Sigurd is our Jarl. His word is law, whether or not you agree.
You see?
Of course, my Jarl. As it must be. Forgive my defiance.
Thank you, Lord, for hearing us out.
See to it that judgment is carried out exactly as I have said. Should the need arise again, do not fail to rouse me.
Good day. I want to thank you for your judgment, Eivor. For stepping in when Sigurd would not, in spite of what happened. Poor man. I've never known him to be so angry and reckless. Is that a sight you have seen? Rarely. There have been moments when he was distressed, worried, afraid. But nothing like this. Never, ever like this. Let us do our best for him, as we take care of our own. We are his best hope for healing. If it is not too late. In the meantime, we press on. Lincolnshire is a friend to us. Wonderful news. And who is our ally there? Elfgar is now Ealdorman of Lincolnshire. I believe he will be a good friend to our clan. Good. I hope he is a man we can trust.
Eivor.
Yes, one more. And only because you all have such good taste. Now, this one begins